You just got a new mech in Mechwarrior 5 Mercenaries, but is it any good? Which mech should you choose from all the salvage that you can get? Well, the answer is here in our tier list. Hi friends, I'm TTB. Welcome back to Mechwarrior 5 Mercenaries. For everybody that doesn't know what a tier list is, it ranks mechs or anything literally from highest to lowest. S tier up there is the absolute broken, overpowered, extremely strong stuff. A tier is pretty good. B tier right here is okay, and anything that is C tier is meh. And those really are all the tiers we need. We don't need to have 10, 12, 15 tiers to decide whether one mech is 1% better than the other. This is just completely impractical, guys. Let's be sensible. The system I just mentioned is easy to understand for everybody, and it allows us to categorize our mechs. So let's get going. Today we're going to tackle light mechs in Mechwarrior 5 Mercs. So let's get started. And the first ones we start with are the Commandos. Boom, there are our Commandos right here. 1 Bravo, 1 Delta, 2 Delta, 2 P, 3 Alpha, and the Devs Nell. Of course, don't worry about those guys. I'm going to have the full image of all the tiers at the end of the video. We'll go over all these mechs real quick so you guys can have an idea of what they have and where I do place them. So let's jump over into Mechwarrior 5. And let's have a quick look at where we are. So the 1 Bravo features CT mounted SRM2, medium laser left arm, and a large laser in the right arm. I would say that for me, it's a borderline case already, but I would probably put it into B tier. I would put it into B tier. 1 Bravo for me is a B tier mech. Let's get back to Mechwarrior 5 Mercs. 1 Delta. 1 SRM6 and a large laser. Well, that's a clear step down from the 1 Bravo. So, hello for our first C tier mech. Yeah, I'll show it to you in game real quick. SRM medium laser large laser versus SRM and large lasers. This is a step down. Looking at the 2 Delta, what do we get? SRM6 CT, right arm, SRM4, medium laser, left arm. So this is actually a nice one. I think we should put this one in A tier. This to me is an A tier light mech. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm highly valuing the SRM launchers. If you've ever played single mech only for the start of your campaigns or whatnot, you will know that SRMs are a lot stronger than the medium lasers in the beginning. 2P. 2 SRM launchers, medium laser, and a supercharger. Of course, this is going to be a mech that was introduced with one of the later add-ons, but you can still find them, and I like this layout. The supercharger, depending on whether you want to use that or not, of course, is a question mark, but I would go ahead and also put this in A tier. So I put a 2P here as well. 3 Alpha. Well, the 3 Alpha, I just hovered it. 2 SRM6 launchers, a medium laser and a flamer. 2 SRM6 launchers, plus a medium laser and a flamer or a small laser. That, to me, I would say, that is one that I could see up here in S tier. As far as light mechs are concerned. We're talking inside light mechs, right? A S tier light mech is not going to be a any tier assault mech, of course. So keep that in mind. Last up is going to be the Devs Nell. And the Devs Nell is unique in the fact that it is actually just medium lasers, 4 medium lasers. And 4 medium lasers, plus of course I think it has also double heat sinks, and it's also nice and fast, is also pretty nice. And for 4 medium lasers, I'm going to give the Devs Nell actually an S tier. If it's just pure DPS, I would say A tier, but because the medium lasers allow you to be so damn accurate, I think it warrants an S tier rank. Alright, those are all the Commandos done. Let's have a look at the fire starters. Boing! Here they are. Let me just move them a little bit to the side. Alright. Jumping into Mechwarrior 5 again. Firestarter Alpha. Ooh, this is gonna get a little bit spicy. So we got flamers, medium lasers, and small lasers. And lots of jump jets. Always remember, guys, you can check these jump jets, throw them out, you don't really need them, and just get more cooling and or more weapons. Like all these flamers could be small lasers, and this thing could be very, very dangerous close up, because it has 8 energy hardpoints. So, yeah, in my opinion, this is like definite A tier, potential S tier. But since it doesn't have SRMs, and it has less range than the Death's Knell, let's give it an S tier. Why the hell not? Why the hell not? Didn't take its little tag with it. There we go. Alright, up in S tier we go. Let's look at the next one. Apologies if I don't always swap around, guys. I have to do this manually. Next one would be the Echo Ember. Firestarter Ember. Shouldn't have clicked that. We get machine guns and flamers. Well, I would definitely put this lower than the alpha right here. It's gonna have less firepower. A lot of people are super enamored with the machine guns for destroying buildings, but we're talking about going up against mechs and not just shooting immovable objects that don't fight back. So I'm gonna go B tier with this one. That one to me is a B tier. Then we get the FS. Same thing, machine guns. This one actually has a medium hard points here in the left torso. But overall, same story for me. This one goes straight here with his friend. Boink. Firestarter Hotel. 6 energy hardpoints. And 2 machine gun hardpoints. Let's have a quick sanity check. Because I need to make sure that these are actually small slots. Yeah, these are all small slots. Okay, so it could be 4 small lasers and 2 medium lasers. Plus a lot of cooling. It's not gonna be great for range. But you know what? At least it's gonna have some damage, right? So, Hotel. Kinda less than Alpha. So, I would say A tier still. Kinda good. Alright. Moving to the K. 5 hardpoints for energy. This one has 4 small and 1 large hardpoint for energy. Yeah, this thing is all over the place. And because of that, I'm gonna give it a meh. Even though the weapon systems themselves are not horrible, the fact that you have to combine a large laser with either flamers or small lasers is just... that's a C tier. Okay. Looking at the M. 2 medium hardpoints for energy, 2 smalls, and 2 machine guns. And you guys know what that means. This one says hello to C, together with the K. Then we have the Firestarter 9S. This thing actually comes with AMS, a Beagle Active Probe, and 2 medium lasers, is that it? Yeah, 2 medium lasers and 5 smalls. So, while it is a somewhat more advanced model, because it's gonna have so little range, and range is king in this game as well, I'm gonna give it a B tier. I'm gonna give it an okay, but not very good. Then, the S1 actually has Guardian ECM and 7 energy hardpoints. Out of these 7 energy hardpoints, I see 2 medium lasers and 5 small hardpoints. Plus ECM. Could be kind of good if the ECM works. And if the ECM works, I would say I would put it in A tier. You have to get kind of close, but the ECM should keep you safe. Right? And last is going to be the X1. The X1 is a new one from the Solaris DLC. 8 hard points for machine guns. And I'm gonna get some hate for this, but yeah. Gotta put it in C tier. I'm not a firm believer in machine guns. I'm sorry, guys. Machine guns to me are just... Nope. Nope. Okay, next up will be the Fleas. We only have 2 of them, the 15 and the 17. So let's move over to MWO, Mechwarrior 5, sorry. And have a look. Flea 15. 5 energy hard points. 2 of which are medium. Then we have 3 smalls and 2 machine guns. And because of that, 2 medium, 3 smalls. It's a hard choice. That's a hard choice. I would put it in B tier still. It's okay-ish, but lots of stuff is better. The Flea 17. Medium pulse lasers actually, up in tech and mask, but kind of the same weak weapons. So while it is slightly better, it actually has less DPS. So it has better tech, but it has less DPS. And because of that, I'm gonna park the 15 right next to the 17. Stay away from the Fleas, guys. They're not worth it. At least not in this game. Alrighty, next up are gonna be the Javelins. Starting with the Javelin 10F. 4 medium lasers. That to me is a solid mech 30 tonner. Like I said, you can take the jump jets out, put armor in, put heat sinks in. And because of that, the 10F needs to be here. Right next to the Dev Snell, because it's basically the same weapon systems. Only this one is arm bound, this is torso mounted. So the 10F would actually be a little bit better than the Dev Snell. By the way, I'm not sorting them in the tier right now, right? So I'm just sorting them into tiers based on chassis. The Dev Snell is not better than the 10F, right? So don't read this the wrong way. Okie dokie. 10N. Double SRM6. Nothing else. Double SRM6 and nothing else. To me, is an A tier mech, I would say. They've got a 10P right here. This one has SRM6 plus enough to put in 2 SRM4s if you wanted, or 2 Streak 2s. And because of that, the 10P is gonna be S tier for me, because it can be a little bit of an SRM bomber, and SRMs just have insane DPS. And then we've got the High there, which has 2 SRM6 and 4 medium lasers. And that, just for the weapons alone, of course you will have to remove the jump jets and whatnot, you wanna make sure to armor this thing up properly and everything, but for that alone, that weapon complement, definite S tier. And look at that! 4 Javelins in S tier. If you look at it this way though, maybe I need to move the Javelin 10F and the Dev Snell down to A tier. Because there's a huge discrepancy in firepower here, right? So maybe I should do that. Maybe I should be fair and say, you know what? We'll move this guy here. And we'll move the Dev Snell here. Just so it stays fair. Because there's a big power difference here. Also weight difference, of course. That needs to be kept in mind, but that's fine. That way at least you guys have an idea of which models to go for. Okie dokie. Yeah, we did a lot of work in Photoshop for this. Nope, I did not mean to do that. Go away, go away. So, Javelin's done. Yeah, the Jenners. Let's get started with the Jenners. Jenner 7 Delta. 4 medium lasers and an SRM4. Looks like a great loadout, but there's a trap, guys. The trap is on a lot of these mechs. The trap is that they're not fully armored. And the only way you can actually run this mech in this weapon configuration is if you throw out all the jump jets. And then it's gonna be hot, but playable. But what you would normally do is you would also throw out the SRM4, potentially. But even now we don't have full armor on the legs, right? You see the problem. That right there. You've got 2 more heatsinks right here, you can't bring the SRM with it. So firepower wise, the Delta would be definite S tier. But because we know what's going on here, I can't in good conscience put it there. I think it's going to be an A tier mech for me. We just do a quick little sanity check, guys, just to make sure that I'm not talking completely out of my ass. You see the high there, again, has the same problem. It doesn't have max armor. But we would just remove the jump jets, and we could max armor. So that is a deserved S tier, just to make that clear. Back to the list. So, we said General 7 Delta. It looks like an S tier mech, but it's not really. It's an A tier mech for 4 medium lasers. Remove the SRM launcher, you'll thank me later. Otherwise it's going to be overheating 24/7. Trust me, I've done it. Then the Foxtrot, 4 medium lasers. That to me is very clear cut. Foxtrot belongs here, A tier as well. The General K. Same thing, 4 medium lasers and SRM4. Well, I wonder where this thing goes. And I wonder what you have to do with this thing. Hint, remove the SRM launcher. Oxide. Now this thing is interesting. This thing is very interesting. We have to actually check the loadout for this, because I'm not sure exactly how it looks like. So also a little bit under-weaponized. But what you can do is you can go 4 SRM4. And with 4 SRM4, I just want to make sure that we can actually fit this. Score. The tier doesn't matter, it's just for weight right now. So 4 SRM4 will be a little bit too much, unfortunately. Unless, of course, you don't mind throwing out the heatsink and having a 1 ton of ammo, which would not last you very long. So what you will probably go with is like 2 SRM4s and then maybe 2 SRM2s if you have them. Right, something like that. That would allow you 2 tons of ammo extra. So at that point, you'll be sitting at 3 tons total ammo, and that would be fine. So that would basically be the power of 3 SRM4s. Or you can just go 4 SRM2s. That would be, I would say that would be a solid little mech to play around with. What do we put on the tier list though? I would put it in A tier. Although, nah, you know what? 4 SRM4 or 3 SRM4 is basically S tier. It's actually not bad. This is a difficult one. If you like SRMs like me, it's probably S tier. If not, then probably more A tier. And the P comes with chem lasers, medium lasers, supercharger, and an SRM2. What it also comes with, of course, once again, like always, is no armor. So think of the SRM2 as not existing, and you will have a better day. Even then, you can't even properly max the armor because of the supercharger. Chem lasers would need to go. Yeah, so this is at best an A tier mech, I would say. 4 medium lasers. That for me is an A tier loadout. Okay, so generals are done. Let's have a look at the Locus. Everybody loves themselves a little Locust. I just need to move this a little bit to the side. There's a lot of locusts in the game. A plague of locusts, you could almost say. Let's get started. The 1E. 2 medium lasers and 2 small lasers. Not horrible, but also not a huge amount of firepower, so to me that's a B tier mech. Locust 1M. 1 medium laser and 2 LRM5s, which could be SRM4s, which will put this thing also into B tier. Locust 1S. Same thing basically. That is also going to be a B tier. These mechs are sometimes fairly similar, to the point where you actually question why they even exist. Those are just different weapon variants of the same chassis. 1 medium laser and 2 machine guns. Locust 1V. I wonder where this thing goes. Weapons.exe not found. Then we have the 3S. Medium laser and Strix. Like the 1M, the 1S, and the 3S are basically the same mech with the same hardpoints, just different variants, different armaments. That's basically it. Same size hardpoints. It's just bloating up the game needlessly, in my opinion. So 3S, no, goes here. Okay, 3B. 2 medium lasers, 2 machine guns. Well, I guess where this thing is going. Actually, slightly better than the other one, but I'm still gonna put it into C tier. And then the Pirate's Bane. The Pirate's Bane comes with ECM, 4 small lasers, 2 machine guns. But it has no range, and it's a 20-tonner. So even though we all love the little shitter, at best, bravo. At best, B tier. That's all we can give this guy. I'm sorry, little Locus, but what can you do? Should have grown up to be a bigger mech. Next up, we'll have the Panthers. Starting with the Panther 10P. 2 AC2 and an SRM2 launcher. Once again, I find myself wondering why the hell can't we get to this screen more quickly. Make sure that this mech is actually fairly armored. So as you can see, if you throw out jump jets here, you can go ahead, get an extra ton of ammo, get the extra 2 tons of ammo actually for the AC2s, double heat sinks in there. That is actually, in my opinion, potentially an A tier light. Well, it's got some nice firepower. So Panther 10P, I think we can put them here. Put that guy here. Maybe move these around a little bit more so we don't crowd it too much. Okay. Panther 8Z. 1 large laser and 1 SRM4 launcher. Not that many weapons. Not horrible, but for a 35-tonner, I expect more weapons. Panther 9R, SM4, PPC. These are solid starter mechs, right? But they're not very good. They're okay. Panther Katana Cat. 2 PPCs and an SM4. Now this thing, if it's fully armored, almost fully armored, has jump jets you can throw out, double heat sinks, 2 PPCs, and an SRM4. I mean, hello S tier. If you can find one, might be a good purchase if you're still in that level, right? You're still in the light mech level. Panthers. Nice, that was fast. Next up are going to be the Ravens. So, for the Ravens, where quaff do the Ravens go, huh? What do you guys think? Raven 1X, ECM, active probe, SM6 and 2 medium lasers. To me, that is, you know what, not a bad loadout, but I mean, I think the ECM could actually make this a little bit better, but is this an A tier mech? Yeah, probably. Probably. Just because it has ECM, otherwise it would be B tier. Then we have the Raven 2X. Large laser, medium laser, SM6. That is definitely, I would say, an A tier light mech, just for the weapon systems alone. Raven 3L. Narc, SM6, tag, medium laser. Yeah. So if you added an SM4 and I don't know what the tag turns into, that's either small or another medium laser. If that's possible to do, and maybe throw out the Beagle active probe, then you have a pretty nice mech actually. So that is also an A tier mech, I would say. Damn it, that was unexpected. I didn't expect the Ravens to be that strong. I haven't looked at them much though. Raven 4X, 2 mediums, SRM6 machine guns. Ha! There we go. There we go. Ha! Down to B tier review. Go, sit down in B tier. Think about what you've done. And then we've got the Hugin. SRM6, potential SRM4 and 4 machine guns. For a 35-tonner. B tier. At best. Looking at C tier. C tier is already like waving at him. Okay. Spiders. Spuderman. Where will the spiders go, I wonder? Well, let's go find out. Spider 5 Delta. 1 medium laser and 1 flamer. And lots of jump jets. Where do you think that goes? Spider 5K. 1 medium laser and 2 machine guns. Crashed and burned. Spider 5V. 2 medium lasers. You might notice a trend there. That's also C tier for me. That's meh. And then we've got the Anansi. 1 medium laser, 2 medium lasers, 2 machine guns, and a double AMS. And an SRM4 launcher. Is that full armor, though? That is what we have to check now. That is as far from full armor as it could be. But let's say you threw out some jump jets. Now we could be full... Nah, still not full armor. Almost full armor. You could keep 1 jump jet. For the sheer only fact that it has something unique going for it, I'm gonna be generous to the Anansi. And I'm gonna put the Anansi in B tier. Potentially even A tier. Potentially even A tier. Because of the AMS. Let's honor the fact that it has double AMS. Few mechs do even have an AMS. Let's honor the fact that it has that. I'm gonna put it into A tier just because of the AMS. If you don't use the AMS, it's B tier. Alright? Okay. Now we come to one of my sentimental favorites as far as Mechwarrior Online is concerned. So... Nobody saw that. I absolutely did not generate like 30 copies of my Urban Mech group right there. That's what happens when you hold down the Alt button instead of the, oops. This is not even linked. TTP, what are you doing? I was about to say, this is what happens when you hold down the Alt button instead of the Shift button. All of a sudden you have like 10,000 layers. There's still 10,000 more Urbies. That is the wrong group. There we go. Ay. Okay. Alright, now we're good again. We're good again. Nothing bad has happened. Small Photoshop mishap. You saw nothing. Alright, let's start out with the Urban Mech K9. K9 comes equipped with small lasers ×2, large laser, and an Ultra AC5. Crawling at a speed of 32 kph. The weapons ain't bad, but the speed is abysmal. You do not want to do this to yourself. I'm sorry, K9. I'm sorry, Urbies. If you're playing this with mods, you can change out the engine, it's a different story, but for vanilla Mechwarrior Online. The R60. Small laser, AC-10 burst fire, 32 kph. The firepower is there, but you're gonna grow old. R60L. AC-20 burst fire. Firepower is there, but you're gonna grow old. And then we have the Street Cleaner. AC-10, 32 kph. I mean, you know how this is going, guys, right? If you can't move around the battlefield in a light mech, then it doesn't belong there. It just doesn't belong. That's the sad truth about it. Hello? This didn't want to move. But what about the SA1, you might say? Well, that's a good question. Because that one's new. And that one actually goes 97 kph. You can take the light rifle, exchange that for some extra cooling. It will have a supercharger, 2 small lasers, and a PPCX, which is a lot of firepower. So if you can get a hold of this one early, or for light mech derbies, the SA1 Urban Mech goes to S tier. That is an S tier mech for me. And there you have it, guys. That is everything except the Wolfhound. Almost forgot about the Wolfhounds. We almost forgot about the Wolfhounds. I heard some howling in the back. I'm doing this live on Twitch right now. My chat's hating on the Urbies. So, Wolfhounds. Let us see. Wolfhound 1. 4 mediums and a large laser. Let's check the armor. That's important to check here. Full armor. Quite powerful. And you could always, if it's too hot, exchange a large laser for a medium and get more heatsinks. What does this leave us for the Wolfhound 1? That's an S tier mech for me. Because it has really good firepower. Then we switch over to the next Wolfhound. The 1A. 3 mediums and a large laser. Well, that's an A tier mech. Some less weapons than before. 1 Bravo. The 1 Bravo has the same weapons as the 1. Again, why? Why? Why are you so weird? Goes into S tier as well. Says hello to the 1. And then we have the Grinner. And the Grinner has the same weapon loadout, but on top of that gets Guardian ECM. So that is even probably the best of them all. That also goes into S tier. Alrighty. And there you have it, my friends. That is my tier list. Mechwarrior 5 Mercenaries. Just the light mechs. Sorted out, so now you know when you're looking for salvage, which mechs to get, or which mechs to buy, and which mechs to kinda stay away from. Hope this was helpful to you, and if it was, please leave me a comment and let me know if I should make another tier list like that for the mediums, the heavies, and the assaults. This is a lot of work because you have to do every single thing by hand, the graphics are not available and whatnot, so it's a lot of work, but it's fun. So if you guys want me to, we will continue this, of course. Thank you so much, supporters. Couldn't do it without you. If you want to join Team TTB, check out the join button right here on YouTube, super thanks button in the comment section, or of course the links to Patreon or the merch store listed in the video description.